Right, Wembley yesterday. The Wire against Wigan. Look, I'm there. I've got a good seat. I'm on one of the corner flags. I'm low down so I can see the pitch really well. These are my thoughts, and I've recorded it. I need to watch it because I need to see where it all went wrong. See if Warrington that is, were as bad as I thought. And see if Wigan were particularly good or whether we let them be good, because I don't know. Wigan didn't look brilliant to me for all they did nothing wrong, but I read things in the paper that say they were brilliant. I do need to watch it. You definitely see more on TV, whatever anyone tells you. Had I been on the 25-yard line, I would have seen a lot more and I'd have had a more informed opinion, but I wasn't. I was on the corner flag and set back a little, so it's difficult to be 100%. But went with my lad, who's not a real rugby league fan. Funnily enough, he started to watch the NRL recently, and he absolutely loves it. And he's been saying for weeks, this game over here is not a patch on the NRL. It's unbelievable. And I got what he meant. I have done recently, and I did yesterday with some of his observations. I mean, one of the things he was saying, he said, Dad, Warrington just aren't making yards on the 5 tackles. Wigan always look to be. Wigan look to be in the last 20 metres a lot more of the game than Warrington are in the Wigan's final 20 metres. And it was only as he was saying it, I thought, yeah, you're right, I've not really noticed that. What I noticed is 4th or 5th tackle, we never seem to have a plan. When it comes to the final kick, no great plan there. Whereas Wigan seemed to have plans and everybody was more aware. I did think, and I'm going to call again the person I've called for 2 or 3 years now, although I must admit over the last couple of weeks I've been more complimentary. I thought King was possibly to blame for both tries, both first 2 tries. I think he could have been more aware with the kick through, and I think he could have done better in the tackle for the second. But I'd said before the game started, my worry was Warrington under the high ball, especially Dufty and Thewlis, who has also been a fullback but doesn't always take a great eyeball. Took a couple of good ones yesterday, did Thewlis. Dufty took 1 or 2. But again, near the end, he let one bounce, and I thought, you just can't let the ball bounce. He does it regularly. When players are nowhere near him, he's fine. When they're right on him, he looks to be looking at the player as well as the ball, and you can't do that. And my other worry was us shooting the line. I said to my lad, I said, the problem is, if they play an expansive game and take us to the wings, they'll possibly beat us. They've got pace in 3 or 4 areas, we've got pace in 2 or 3. But we've all got pace. I said, but they defend the line out wide better than we do. We defend the line through the middle normally pretty well, but out wide, our centres seem to shoot the line when they shouldn't do, and there's always an overlap there. And that was similar to what happened yesterday. You know, there was no real danger, but a little kick through for try number 1. You know, try number 2 was similar. And there was a couple of other times they should have gone in, really, Wigan. There was huge gaps there, huge gaps out wide, and they didn't take advantage. But I don't know. I mean, I thought from what I saw, and I need to see more as I need to watch it, I thought from what I saw, old Georgie Boy Williams had a really good game. He ran well with the ball and he looked to have lots of ideas, but he didn't look to have people on the same wavelength as him running off him. There wasn't much happening. Drinkwater, who I've also called all year, but over the last couple of weeks thought he's been a much improved, got a lot better. He didn't create or do much from what I saw, but I didn't see a lot of him. And French just looked like a box of tricks, but French looked like he was creating loads, but having people running around him, running off him. He was running onto things. I said to my lad, I said, I'm certain French is going to be man of the match here. I said, Smith may have had a better game than I've actually seen, because a lot's been happening at half-back. I said, but I've not seen a lot of him, but maybe a lot of it's been down the other end of the field, and maybe he's done well. I said, but from what I can see, French will be man of the match, and he was. But I just disappointing. It was like Warrington just didn't turn up. And the few times we were in the last 20 yards, there was no real invention there, none at all. But for me, the biggest loser of the game for me was discipline. Some of the discipline was poor. We gave some penalties away we shouldn't have given away. Some of our passing, we dropped a few balls. We dropped a few high kicks. We made lots of mistakes, and I think mistakes did us, and mistakes at the wrong time did us. So that for me, I think we were pretty error-laden, and they weren't. They were more composed than we were, and I think that ultimately is what cost us. I mean, it's weird, with about 15 minutes to go, I said, if we score now and we kick it, we need like one more try and a goal, we can win this. I said, we can win this from a position of never looking like winning, and we won't have been the better team. We could win this without being the better team. That's how close it was at 18-8, but obviously it wasn't to be. But the right team won, for all it pays me to say. They deserved it. They were the better team. I just need to know where it all went wrong for Warrington, and I'll know that when I see it tonight or tomorrow. But disappointing. But that's it, I suppose. What can you say? More about the prices, mate, because you can hear my phone's going off. I need to be going out now to the old back to the fair.